Professor Kreisler is the Executive Director of the Institute for International Studies, and since 1982 he's been the creator and producer and interviewer for Conversations with History, conversations that span over 35 topics with the leading figures of our day. His course is called Challenges Facing the Obama Presidency.
The format for the class is I will show a Conversation with History interview in the first hour, and then the second hour we have discussion. What I want to look at is the challenges President Obama faces, and I want to ask three questions which are on the outline. How does enlightened leadership address structural problems across issue areas? I think it's very important to realize that the good guys are in, but to quote measure for measure, hence will we see if power serve purpose, what our seamers be. And we will be able to see whether some of these problems are deeply structural or whether they can be changed by the new team. I'm also interested in what are the constraints and opportunities posed by the economic collapse, and there are many. And finally, I'm also interested in what are the consequences of the Bush-Cheney legacy. My plan right now is to have a sense of where I want to go, but I will change depending on who I've interviewed in the course of the program or new developments, for example, the situation in Gaza. The idea here is this is not a course where we're going to drill in on one particular problem set, but rather we're going to go across the board. We've got to model ourselves after the Obama administration and roll our sleeves up. So the first session is going to be my interview with Neil Ferguson, who is the leading economic historian at Harvard, and has written a book called The Ascent of Money. He came over specially, and I interviewed him in November before the book came out, and it's a fascinating interview. And in addition, tonight KQED is showing a 2-hour documentary called The Ascent of Money. So the prep for the class is you might want to watch it. And then in the second session, after we talk a little about money and what Ferguson has to say, and he's placing the present crisis in an economic context, we're going to look at an interview with Felipe Sands. That would be for the second session, and his book is called The Rumsfeld Memo and the Overthrow of American Values. I identify several books for you to look at in the syllabus that's handed out, and he really solves the clue mystery about what Rumsfeld and Cheney did and what they did it. And for that, I'm going to propose that you, if you want to read the book, you don't have to, you just watch the interview in the course, that you watch Judgment at Nuremberg before that session, because that movie inspired him, and you will see why. So that's where we're going to go. We'll probably look at Pakistan. I may do something on the Middle East, and we'll decide where to go from there. Thank you.